Let's get it. Popping bottles nightly. Yeah, we're dancing slightly. This bass has got me feisty, feisty, feisty. Whoa, popping bottles nightly. Yeah, we're dancing slightly. This bass has got me feisty, feisty, feisty. Let's get it.
Okay, skate friends, you really came through for me on this one. You suggested all sorts of incredible skates, gave me amazing details in the descriptions below the video where I was asking you for advice, and I was able to narrow my skate choice down to 3. And then by talking to industry insiders, I got super excited about the Rollerblade Crossfire. So this is not going to be a super technical review. It's going to be more my sentimental athletic feelings. If you want a super technical review, I'd say go to D's Skates. I'll put the link below. It's D's Skates. He's done like a 17-minute review, which is just so thorough. And it's worth watching if you're going to invest in their hardware. If you're going to partner up with a skate and wear it for a great portion of your life, you want to know what you're getting into. And D's Skates, you should be doing all the reviews for every skate ever made. Yeah, just fantastic stuff. So these skates really were everything I thought they would be, and I've enjoyed riding them immensely. I've been out on them 7 times, and I find them quite cushy, very supportive, and the cuff really lends itself nicely to a PowerStop. But I won't tell you everything. Let's cut away to the images, and then I'll talk to you while I skate as well. The Rollerblade Crossfire is an urban freestyle slalom skate with a carbon fiber boot and a plastic cuff. The frame is set up more for slalom with 76mm wheels. It's on a rockered frame, which can be switched to flat with the turn of an axle at each end. The wheels are 76mm and 85A, and the bearings are twin cam ILQ 9s. These hydrogen wheels are one of my all-time faves. Oh, and the cuff, it's also adjustable on the up and down and forward and back. The stiff fat tongue and generous cuff padding are huge pluses. Around the ankles, these are the most comfortable and mobile skates I've ever felt. I love the big, non-ratchety ski buckles at the top. The mid strap is okay, standard. But I find utilizing the lace system with this skate is imperative for optimal fit for me. The foot-shaped boot was a very good fit with great arch support and a deep heel channel. And the chunky sliders with the extra toe protection just look badass. I love the frontal protection. I've always wanted an elegant skate that was more like an armored fighter jet than a delicate sports car. I'm hard on my skates and I think these Crossfires can take it. On my first session I rolled with the rockered frame as they came, but it was a low-key day, just a couple of dozen lines skating in front of the camera. Some outside perspective. Right away in this very first session though, it becomes apparent that there are none of the dreaded rattles. They're very quiet skates. So my rockered experiment here came to an abrupt end when I caught my mid-wheel on a fairly insignificant crack. I actually did a face dive. You can hear it in the background if you listen. The next time I went out, I was on the endless frame, and it was to gather drone shots for my Rollerblade Crossfire introduction video. It was a working session, and I was very happy that I did not have to think about my skating equipment. The padding that had been pressing quite firmly into my ankle on the first session felt more comfortable on this session, and has since become a non-issue. So it wasn't until my 3rd session that I got to skate in these the way I wanted to, in a city crossing flow skate. So in the wild right away I knew these skates had everything I needed for a strong flow. The mix of support and mobility allowed me to trust and maximize my edges right away. And the absorption on the rough stuff was what you would expect from a heavier boot.
Yes, Bill.
You just burst out the door the second I put my camera on.
Joshua, nice to meet you, man.
That's crazy, you just popped out.
So a little sidetrack here, I met Joshua when I was just about to start a line in the area where Toronto Maple Leaf fans gather and celebrate the games, or commiserate. Joshua was here to pick up his wristband so he could attend the festivities, so we did one quick lap before I moved on.
Joshua. great time, man.
Thank you, Joshua. It was a pleasure to meet you. And go Leafs go. Even though, yeah, you know, that. Oh yes, another inline channel worth checking out is Re-Rolling Inline, who also goes very deep into the crossfire, accompanied by some of his slick, powerful skating too. That link is in the video description. So what you're watching right now is somebody who is completely and utterly forgetting that he's doing a skate review. But almost every time I stop, I am reminded that I'm in a new skate. The amount of comfort and support this cuff gives me seems to standardize all my power stops as dope. There's very few sloppy power stops here. And I'm not the kind of person to blame a power stop on equipment or give attribution to equipment, but specifically that skill felt pretty good in the Rollerblade Crossfire. So even though I was very sloppy on this set of stairs, I'm able to catch a happy reaction from a passerby, and this is only because of the Insta360 camera. This thing films me super well, but I still can't believe that I can just point it anywhere I want after I've done filming. It's so liberating, and I don't ever miss a good reaction, even if it's mediocre. If I add slow-mo and the right music, it looks pretty cool if anybody has any kind of reaction. Even a non-reaction from the security guard here is kind of funny. Another reaction shot here. I might be making too much of expressions, but on this one I'm getting the old, okay, that's not bad kind of vibe. Maybe she's just thinking, fucking toss her. Now, if that Insta360 section wasn't the most genuine advertisement I've ever uttered, I don't know what is. I was supposed to mention it, and I did, and yeah, it's very easy because I like my camera. Oh yes, while I'm talking about that stuff, you can get these skates at Inline Warehouse. In London, in the UK, you can get them at Slick Willie's. Slick Skates. Slick Willie's. I don't like saying Slick Willie. So I have to say something shitty about this skate if I want credibility, right? I didn't find much. I found the middle buckle could be up a little higher, driving my foot more back than down. But I laced my way out of a situation where my foot was slipping forward. So that's why. I mentioned the lacing system here. It's imperative. Did I say that word already? Imperative. I'm trying to give it gravitas. With my grandiloquence. Psycho.
These rollerblades, though.
So this was a moment where I really felt that the skates were enhancing my power stop. It was not planned. So I'm going to shut up for a sec here. Let you hear the skating.
Oh, do you skate?
Yeah, I do. I brought my
nice
skates
to meet you.
here. I just I have to get some new laces. I'm trying to get out later today. I'm rolling next. It's a pretty nice boot. I put some endless frames on them, and I'm rocking 110s. But yeah, man, your videos helped me get like, yeah. So
What's your name?
Kenna, nice to meet you, Bill.
Nice to meet you.
Well, have a good one, dude. Thank you so much.
So Ken is also riding on the endless frame. This frame is taking over the planet. A little encouragement from a few guys on the patio. I really wish I had more left. I just hate when electric bikes pass me. It's wrong. Toronto construction is creeping out onto the roads. There's fewer places to skate or walk. It's like a growth. So my quick early synopsis: the carbon fiber boot is reactive. The plastic cuff is firm yet sympathetic, and the ride is smooth. I'm still getting used to it a bit, but it already feels like my skate. So I didn't know what all the commotion behind me was, but I knew the bikes were there, and I had very little left, so I thought I'd just stop and see what was going on.
You're actually going fast as fuck. You're actually going fast as fuck.
Thanks, man. So thank you very much for joining me in this prolific moment in my skating career. I don't change skates a lot. I'm not Mr. Review guy. I don't mind checking out skates, but I like to get into one skate and settle into it and fall in love with it, essentially. And this skate has got me. So yeah, I'm really glad that my first experience with rollerblade was a very good experience. It's a relief, to be honest. Oh yeah, I gotta do the whole subscribe thing. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to know what's going on here immediately at BSS.
Stay low.
It's feisty, feisty.